everybody, and welcome to Chapter 10, Medication Management. I will be going over the 5 rights, medication documentation, and the steps related to medication management and how to support the individuals we serve in their home with taking their medications. I'll be using PowerPoint to use as a guide and a tool to work through this chapter. So let's begin. So imagine what could go wrong if someone made a mistake while taking their medicine, or if a pharmacy packed the wrong medicine or the wrong dose. I've had that happen before when I've worked on shift, and that is not something that you want to have to explain to a supervisor why the person you're supporting received the wrong dose of medication or the wrong medication. That's what makes checking medications so important, because things can change in a blink of an eye. You can go off shift 1 minute and have the medications be one way and come back on shift the next time, and they're all different. Do any people in the group have any medication allergies? What would happen if you took, or the person you were working with took a medication they're allergic to? Has anyone ever taken the wrong medication for them? What could go wrong? Could doctors make a mistake? I've had doctors send over the wrong prescription before. Or maybe they decided that they were going to give a prescription for a medication to someone I was working with, and because I did my research, that medication was a negative interaction with another medication they're already taking. And I've had to let them know, hey, that I can't take that medication, or the person I'm working with can't take that medication because it'll interact, and that's not good. Have you ever reached into the pharmacy cabinet at your home because you had a headache and then took the wrong medicine, but caught the error when it didn't look right or not, ended up being allergic to the medication? What were or could be side effects of taking medicine you're allergic to? Um, you get the hives. You'll throw up. Um, you could get really, really sick, and you might end up in the hospital. Could kill you. If you were too sick to get up and take your medications, who would you trust to get them for you? I have a roommate, so I would trust her to be able to read which ones I needed. But what about the people that we work with? They only have us, and so we need to make sure that we're on top of it. So what are the 5 rights? 5 rights of medication administration. And then there's plus rights. So the right person, the right drug, the right dose, the right time, the right route. The right person, the right drug, the right dose, the right time, the right route. We need to remember those 5 rights, and we need to check them every single time we give a medication. Every single time we pull out the medications, we need to be checking for the right person, the right drug, the right dose, the right time, and the right route. Um, the people that we serve also have plus rights. They have the right to refuse. They have the right to privacy and the right to documentation. They have the right to know what and why you're taking a medication, the right to a second opinion, and they have the right to change their mind on whether or not they're going to take the medication at all. They also have the right to the right date. Um, so on the other side, um, subtraction, what do we need to eliminate to make sure that we're doing everything right? We need to eliminate distractions. We need to eliminate clutter. And we need to eliminate confusion. That means sometimes we have to set up boundaries for the people that we're working with. If I'm working with Jack and Terry wants me to give him his meds, I might have to say, hey, Terry, I would really like to give you the attention you deserve right now. But right now, I'm helping Jack with his daily routine. As soon as I'm done, I'd be more than happy to give you the attention you deserve and support you with your needs. Setting boundaries is important to help us so that we stay on track because we can get easily overwhelmed and easily distracted. And that's no good for anybody. That's not good for our clients. That's not good for their roommates. That's not good for us. And it's not good for the agency. For people who are supported, there are staff coming and going throughout the day. If a medication is prescribed to be taken 3 times a day, it means the pills are spaced evenly throughout the day. For most people, due to sleeping at night, there can be a longer period of time between when a pill is taken, late in the day and early in the morning. Sometimes a medicine is carefully calibrated and must be taken at specific intervals. Other times, a doctor may prescribe a medication to take so many times a day. The pharmacist can be consulted to determine a schedule that best suits the person and their lifestyle. If the individual has a late shift job, they also might want to sleep later in the morning rather than having to get up to take a medicine and then go back to bed to finish their rest. Now we will learn what swipes can do to help us prepare for giving medication. S, gather your supplies. It's exactly what it means. Get your supplies together and put them in a place where you can reach them. W, wash your hands before contact with the individual. I, identify yourself by telling the individual your name and um, and what you're doing there and how you're going to help. P, provide privacy throughout the care with a curtain, a sheet, a screen, a door, a towel, um, whatever you can use. E, explain to the individual what you're doing. Tell them tell them what you're doing. Let them know every step of the way that you are now getting out their med pack and you're putting propanol into a Dixie cup for them to take. Um, the more you practice saying it out loud, the better you'll get at it and you'll be more confident. And it'll also help the person you're supporting know exactly what to expect. S, after you're all done, scan the area and make sure everything is back in place after the task is done. If the room is not cluttered before you come in, then you should leave it uncluttered when you leave. My mom always told me you should always leave things better than you found them. And so that's what I do when I enter and leave someone's personal space. And if I'm supporting them with meds or any other tasks. So the skill of medical assistance. So first you're going to do swipes. Then you're going to remind the individual it is the correct scheduled time to take his or her prescribed medication. Take the medication container from where it is stored, look at the label, and verify the 5 rights. The right medication, the right person, right medication, the right amount, the right time, and the right route. Open the container, look at the label, and verify the 5 rights again. Hand the correct dosage to the individual and hand the open container to the individual or transfer the medication to an enabler. Offer the individual a full glass of water or fluids to take with their medication. Observe and make sure the medication is taken. Close the container, put it back in the appropriate place. Read the label and verify the 5 rights again. Document that the individual has taken the medication. If she has not documented that, if she has not, document all as well. Common care practices were followed. Wash hands, and then you're done. How will you remember what time to give medication? So you can use a kitchen timer, you can use your phone, you can ask the person you're supporting to help you remember. Tie a string around your finger. Use an egg timer. Right person, medication, dose, time, and route. There is a window of time. There's 1 hour before and 1 hour after. If you plan ahead for outings in the community, call the doctor, ask for recommendations. If you must take them early or later than the prescribed time, they can give you direction on what the best options are given the circumstances. Medications should always be stored in a locked box or some kind of safe. So on the medication, there is the person's name, the type of medication, how many milligrams it is, the directions on how to take it, the doctor who prescribed it, expiration date, and that's it. Medications will change all the time. Be sure you're up to date on the current medications for the person you're supporting so that you will always be on top of it. And then for nurse delegation, most of you are already nurse delegated or have been nurse delegated, and we know that it's a process. You meet with the nurse delegator and they provide you with training and you read a book. Then you take the test, and if you pass the test, then you can become nurse delegated. You're not nurse delegated yet. Then, once you get to site and you know what medications need to be nurse delegated, You can call the nurse delegator, and with the assistance of someone on site who has already been nurse delegated, you can walk through the steps on how to give a delegated medication. Usually it's in the form of a topical ointment, eye drops, ear drops, like a fungal cream on your fingers or toes. And then after the nurse knows that you understand how to give the medication appropriately, then you are nurse delegated and will be put on the nurse delegation list. We dispose of meds by taking them to a medication disposal place. Hoagland's has a depository spot where you can take medications that are no longer being taken or are expired or are extra. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can bring them to our check-in and we will take the test at that time. And I will see you in the next chapter. Have a good day.